Okay, welcome everybody. I think we let you people in and we're gonna be making a start in a few seconds. We also will stop the music very shortly. Welcome everybody. Like I said, we're gonna make a start very shortly. Yeah, just let you people in. As usual, pleasure to have all of you. Okay, couple of minutes. So my colleague Brian will let people in, and what we will probably do is just actually making a very gentle start here. Let me see comments. Let me see. Colin, you have to bear with us, please. You know, there's a reason we play the music. That's it. Okay, excellent, excellent. Can everybody hear me? I just want to check that everybody can hear me well. Yeah?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna I'm just gonna stop sharing for a second. Okay, everybody can hear me. Excellent, brilliant. So welcome everybody to this webinar. So it's a pleasure for me to have you all in here. So we're gonna have a wonderful time, right? And then I know some people are a little bit late, but they're gonna be joining as we going along. Yeah. So I think what can I say? So we have a very important topic today that we like to definitely talk about. And I'm just going to start by this question, right? In a world where renewables energy it's quickly becoming, very, very important. We're reaching level that we didn't believe that we could reach before. I was actually wondering, so have you ever wondered what the next breakthrough in solar technology may actually look like? Yeah. So if you can imagine that for a second and then ask yourself, so this is the kind of technology that we here to see and we want to hear from our speakers. So the solar industry has made incredible strides over the past decade, but we are only scratching the surface of really its true potential, according to me. And with innovation emerging at a rapid pace, from more efficient solar panels to advanced energy storage solutions, businesses and developers, they are now faced with really exciting new opportunities and also challenges. So one has to say. So today we're just gonna go and explore some cutting-edge innovation, especially obviously from one of the main industry leaders that you're gonna see in a minute. You're gonna see what is actually shaping the future of solar energy. But before we do that, guys, so I like to always get a sense where you stand in your journey of discovery. Oh, apologies. I think I realized that I may not have introduced myself just yet. So my name is Tony T. I'm the founder here of Renewables in Africa. Our job is really simple in the industry. It's about raising awareness about renewables energy in the continent of Africa, but also across the globe. Yeah, and what we say is actually, if you say that Africa is the place where you want to expand, where you want to enter for the first time, this is the great news. But I know that you have a few challenges that you're going across. Because, for example, how can I obviously fast track a customer acquisition process, or maybe reduce your business development costs? We could definitely help you with that with the awareness packages that we have here that gives you more visibility, more qualified leads, and help you as well to do the business. But we can talk about that on the side. But as I say today, we're about talking the innovation that we see in solar technology. And before we actually dive in, what I wanted to do is to run a quick poll survey, because I like to get a sense where you guys at. What is your understanding? And it's going to help me, but also the panel to figure out where we are. So if that's okay with you, we're just going to run a very quick poll survey. And I like as many of you are to participate. Yeah, so that would be great. So what I'm going to do just right now, I'm just going to launch the survey. You should be able to see that coming up. And those are, yes, I've launched it just right now. You will see there's only 3 quick questions. Yeah, the first question, so I'm just going to read it. And as I read it through, please go through that and just participate. I like as many as possible, many people as possible to participate, right? The first one is, how familiar are you with the latest innovation in solar technology? Yeah, so I can see people already going in, 3 people out of 36. Excellent, that's fine. I think I want to see more than that. So let us know, so how familiar you are. So very familiar, somehow familiar, not very, completely new to the subject. So that'd be good to see, to see who is actually in the room. And the second thing is, so where do you believe what do you believe is the biggest benefit in adopting new solar technologies for them as well? So improve efficiency, low operational and maintenance costs, greater sustainability, staying competitive in the market. So hey guys, you let me know. You let me know where you feel we are. And the third one is, what is the biggest challenge, in integrating new solar technology in your project or your business? Yeah. So I'm very happy because I can see there's a lot of people actually jumping in and participating. So that's great. So I'm just going to give you a minute or two just to go that. And what we're going to do after that, we're going to display as well the results. So we have our speakers here. We have a Ruth, we have Yahe, we have Henry. They'll be able to take a snapshot as to where we are. And then after that, we can move forward, right? So, but again, first of all, thank you for participating. That's great. And I love it. And I could see that really that's a topic that is of great interest for people. So please, please, please go ahead and continue with the with conversation. So I can see Henry, Ruth, and Yahi. You can see that there's a lot of interest there, right? So I'm having a lot of people participating. So I'm just gonna run it maybe for 30 seconds, and after that we'll stop. We can see the result, get an idea where we are, and then we can move on, right? So that's fine. I can see Tariq is saying, "Hey, hello, Tariq from Sudan. Hey, Tariq, great to see you. Great idea by the way, guys. In the comment, so tell us where you're coming from, so who you are, so because that's what is all about as well. So let me just stop the poll survey right now. Yeah, because we have an extensive program that we want to go through, and then I want to show that. With you. So I'm just going to end the poll right now. Bang. And I'm just going to share the results so that we can all see. So, I'm sharing the results. So hopefully you could see. So we could see that between very familiar and somehow familiar, we have close to 70%. That's actually great, actually. So close to 80%, I want to say. So good. That means we are actually in an audience where people are quite comfortable with the topic. That's great. Yeah. I can't see anybody here say that he doesn't heard about technology in solar. Okay, great. That's brilliant. So what is the biggest benefit? That's where I could see a very marked difference, right? So improve efficiency and energy output. So yeah, when you come with your presentation, so you want to tell us whether this is true or not, right? But you get an idea what people think. So they think that is improved efficiency. And the second response, it's a greater sustainability and reduced carbon footprint. Okay, excellent. Yeah, that's good to know. And the last one is, what is your biggest challenge in integrating new solar technology into your project or business? So So I don't know if you guys have an answer for that, because that's a common answer, but it's good to see that we still see that here. So high upfront costs. So what can we do to reduce those high upfront costs? So like I say, so I have really experts with me here. So both from a technical side, but also from the sales perspective, I'm sure they can give me an idea where we stand here. So guys, so thank you very much for that. I'm just gonna stop the survey here. I'm just gonna park it for a minute. So we may bring it back at some point if we find it interesting. But as I say, we have a very interesting topic here that we want to share. And I realize I did not share the agenda that we're gonna go through. Let me just do that right now, very quickly. So obviously we just finished the welcome and the poll. So we're just gonna move into the introductions, have a nice presentation that he was gonna do. So we plan a Q&A with our speakers, but guess what? There is a case study interview that we want to do. That would be very interesting. Somebody on the field giving us his real perspective in Nigeria. So that'd be great to find out. I definitely want to make sure that I get a question from yourself. So basically, start from now as you listen to the speakers. Start obviously collecting your questions, and my colleague Brian will give you the chance to ask those questions later on. Either read your question, or if you're courageous enough, what we like to do is to allow you to voice your question yourself. So this way we can see where you are. So this is what I wanted to share. So let me just take it away. So I think I'm just gonna get a chance now to maybe invite my colleagues, speaker here to introduce themselves. So obviously we all gentlemen here, so I'm sure the guy will not mind if I get Ruth to start and introduce herself. And after that, we have Henry, and then last but not the least, Yahi. So Ruth, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tony. Hi, everyone. It's really a pleasure to be here. My name is Ruth. I'm the sales CNI manager for JA Solar. I currently engage on corporate and industrial markets for JA Solar on behalf of JA Solar on the project side of things, as well as distribution and the sales to solar installers and the likes on international basis. Really a pleasure to be here once more. Thank you.
Excellent, Ruth. I think that's great. That's great. Thanks for that, and we're very glad to have you. So maybe we can move into Henry, please.
Yeah, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Henry, and I'm the sales manager for JA Solar. So I have pretty much about 6 to 7 years of experience within the renewable energy industry. So I'm glad to be here to discuss with every one of the members here as to the current situations of things with regards to technology in the market. Great to
Okay,
be
excellent. Would you have a response for us regarding the higher upfront cost?
here. Hopefully.
Okay, we found out. We found it in a minute. So last but not the least, so can I invite you, Yahi, to also introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be with you for this webinar. Thank you, Tony, for the organization of this great webinar. And also want to thank all the attendees for reaching this webinar. Hope it will be helpful for them. And so I'm Yahya Abdunno, the technical manager of GA Solar for North Africa and French-speaking countries. So my main task is to follow our customer and our partners to success their projects.
Excellent, excellent. Thanks for that, Yahi. I'm sure there's enough partners in the room that would be interested to hear from you. So as I say, so we're talking about innovation in solar here, right? So, and I'm really delighted because we have JA Solar Class. You know, that's definitely one of the leaders into the sector. So some would even say the biggest, the first lead in terms of the market in Africa. But let me not just say everything, because I believe, Yahi, you have a presentation for us. I think there was a lot. I looked at that, was very interesting. So a lot of slides, but I'm sure we're going to work as hard as possible to keep it within the 10 minutes so that we can actually cover, we can get questions from people. And as I say, so guys, if I invite you, so as Yahi go through the presentation, so I'm sure there's going to be questions that you have. So keep it a little bit maybe for the end, but there's going to be time for questions, but definitely. So let's go for that. So Yahi, maybe if I invite you to share your screen with us, if you don't mind. And then, as I say, if there's any issue, let me know because I have the backup. So, but let's have a go.
Okay.
I'll let you know when we could see.
Okay, can you see it?
Yes, we can see now. You want to go on slide mode, and that will be good.
Can you see? No.
Yes, we're on slide mode now.
Okay.
Excellent.
So thank you again, Tony, for organizing this webinar, and thank you for all the attendees to be with us in this webinar for the innovation in solar technology. What's next for the industry? So we will present GA product and what's next for the technology with GA product. So starting, I want to start with this slide regarding the last year achievement, where GA Solar were the first supplier for Africa for 2023 for the last year with almost 1.6 gigawatts. So we were in the top for the Africa market. So moving on, I want to do a small presentation regarding GA. GA was founded in May 2005. We have 81.5 billion RMB as a revenue for 2023. We are over 50,000 employees with for Q4 2023. We are covering 165 countries, and we have 14% as market share. So in discussing about GA Solar, as you know, GA Solar is covering all the production chain, all the chain values starting from the ingot with an annual capacity of over 100 gigawatt per year. Also the wafers with over 100 gigawatt per year, and the capacity of the cell and the module, which is the final product, is also over 100 gigawatt per year. So this will allow us to say that GA is mastering all the steps of production in the cells. So we master the behavior of the cells and the behavior of the module. Here we can see the different factory of GA Solar around China, where all the factory specialized for the ingot, cell, and wafer production. And here we have the factory over the world, where we have almost factory are based in China, and we have one in Vietnam with 5 gigawatts annual capacity, and one in USA as 2 gigawatt annual capacity. So moving on regarding the cell roadmap. So discussing about the cell roadmap, as you know, starting from 2015 to let's say 2022 or 2023, all the discussion were about the PERC technology. But since the PERC technology, as we can see here from this graph, is limited in terms of efficiency, it cannot go over 24.1% as cell efficiency. So we were obliged to move for other technology. So the mainstream technology for GA Solar till now is the TOPCon. So where we are reaching by the next year, H1 next year, we are reaching 26.8% as a cell efficiency. Also, we are developing the new line, pilot line for AGT technology. And in the future, we will develop also the IBC technology, which is the back contact, the interdigitated back contact technology, where the efficiency expected to reach 27.5% as a cell efficiency. But in the future also, we are expecting also to develop the tandem of the perovskite technology, where the expected efficiency, the cell efficiency, it's expected to reach 33.6% by the end of 2026. So this is an overview regarding the cell. Now let's move to the module, the availability of our module in the market. So we have two kinds of technology. We have the Deep Blue 3.0, which is the PERC technology, where it will be stopped by the end of the year, and we have the Deep Blue 4.0 technology, which is the TOPCon technology. So we have all the range power class for or the range of the PV module, starting from residential application with 460 watts to CNI application starting from 505 watts, and utility scale project with 640 watt module. So let's compare now between the TOPCon technology and the PERC technology. When starting discussion, where we are moving to the TOPCon technology. Here we will explain the difference between the TOPCon and the PERC. As you can see here, from the PERC side, we have a degradation of 2% for the first year, but the degradation is only 1% for the first year for the TOPCon, which is a big advantage regarding the yearly or the annual production. And also we have the annual degradation, which is 0.55% per year for the PERC technology, for the monofacial PERC technology, and it's 0.45% for the bifacial PERC technology. But if comparing it with the TOPCon technology, we are in 0.4% only per year regarding the annual degradation. Also, regarding the warranty, we have two types of warranty. So we have the product warranty and the performance warranty. For the product warranty, it's 12 years for both technology regarding the product warranty. But for the performance warranty, it's 25 years for the monofacial PERC and 30 years for the bifacial PERC. But for the TOPCon, it's 30 years for monofacial and bifacial TOPCon technology. So regarding the behavior of the technology, regarding the variation of the temperature, we can see here that the PERC has a temperature coefficient of 0.35% per degree Celsius, which means that when increasing, when the temperature, the cell temperature will increase by 1 degree, we will lose 0.35% of the performance of the module. But for the N-type, it's only 0.29% per degree Celsius, which is significantly greater than the PERC technology, especially for the hot environment. So now, moving to the PERC technology. So the PERC technology, the technology is named for GA, it's named Persian technology, where we are doping our cell with a gallium, not boron like the other competitors. Doping it with a gallium, it's a patent from GA, and we can see later in the future slides what's the difference between doping with a gallium and doping with a PERC, and also with the gallium or doping with boron. Sorry. And also we are adapting multi-bus bars for the PERC cells, where the number of the bus bars is 11 bus bars. And as you know, also we have the half cut. We are adapting the half cut cell. So now let's comparing the behavior of the technology when doping the PERC technology when doping with the gallium or when doping with the boron. As you can see here, this is from scientific article where the scientific team has taken different samples starting from 1 to 10 samples. So the sample starting from 1 to 7 was doped with a boron, but the sample starting from 8 to 10 is doped with the gallium. And we can see here the ratio, the degradation ratio. So this is the efficiency of the cell, and here we have the degradation ratio. We can see that for samples starting from 1 to 4, there is a degradation for the efficiency, but for the gallium cell, there is no degradation. Also for the sample 4, 5, 6, 7, there is no degradation. But if we want to go deeper, why we for sample 4, 5, 6, 7, there is no degradation. Here we can see the concentration of the oxygen inside the cell, where in the sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, the concentration of the oxygen were high. But for the sample 4 until sample 7, the concentration of the oxygen, it's at a lower level, okay? And comparing it with the gallium 1, where the concentration of the oxygen is higher, so we can say that for the boron dopant, we have a combination between boron and oxygen inside the boron dopant cell, where it may cause or it may generate light-induced degradation. But it's not the case for the cell doped with the gallium. Hope it's clear. So now let's move for the module which are available till now for the PERC technology. We have the 550 for the monofacial application, and we have the for bifacial application, and we have 555 for monofacial application with 21.4% as efficiency. And we have also a second module with a rectangular cell. We will discuss about it later. We have 565 with 21.4% efficiency, and we have 570 for monofacial module with 21.7%. And we can see later the difference between the PERC and the TOPCon in terms of efficiency. So for the TOPCon, it's named Deep Blue 4.0 Pro. So we are adapting high density technology and the low degradation as explained in the previous slides. We have also low temperature influence, which was already discussed previously. We have also the high bifaciality benefits, since the bifaciality ratio for the N-type technology it's 80% plus minus 10% instead of 70% plus minus 10% for the PERC technology, which is a big benefit for utility scale and CNI project. So here the module which are available for the TopCon technology, where as you can see, we have the 640, the biggest module with 640 watt with 23% as efficiency with 72 cells. And we have the 620 also with 23%. So as explained before, we have residential application, module for residential application with 54 cells, and we have also for CNI and utility scale applications. So discussing about the two modules where it's oriented for the CNI application and utility scale application, we have the 64 cell module and we have the 72 cell module, where the efficiency expected to reach 23.1% for both of them. Let's move on. The newest technology adopted with or developed with GA Solar is the offshore module. What we have in the offshore module, as you know, the standard module cannot be used for the offshore application since it's an aggressive environment. So you have salty water and you have a salty environment also. So we cannot use the standard module. So this is why GA is developing offshore module. So we have two kinds of module for this application. We have the sky blue and we have the ocean blue module. For the sky blue, it's come with a double coating glass and connectors with waterproof plug, and the frame is with a thick oxidized film. And the encapsulant is an EPE encapsulant instead of EVA or POE. For the EPE, we are adopting multi-layer encapsulant. So we start with EVA, after POE, and after that we have the EVA. And in another side, we have the floating PV, the ocean blue module for the floating application. For the floating application, the specificity of the module, it's coming with polyurethane frame. It's not aluminum frame, to not have any degradation regarding the frame of the module due to the aggressive environment. Also, the sealant, it's high water resistance sealants, and the junction box also it's connector protection also. So here we can see the two applications for the sky blue and the ocean blue. So for the sky blue, it's oriented for the application where the depth of the water is not exceeding 5 meters. But for the ocean blue, it's oriented for the application where the depth of water is exceeding 5 meters. Here we can see the different modules which are available for this technology, for the sky blue and ocean blue, starting from the 590 to 640 watt with 23% as efficiency. Now let's move to the second point, which is related to the dusty challenge. So for the dusty challenge, we may have an issue with a dusty module. As you can see, it may reduce the yield of shading. We have risk of hotspot, and we have also high cost of cleaning. So GA is proposing a new solution for the anti-dust, which is named anti-dust solution, anti-dust module, where we are adapting a kind of drainage hole for the short frame of the module, which can allow to not have any water accumulation regarding the frame or at the level of the frame of the module. So let's see now what's the benefit of this technology. As you can see here, we have two applications. We have Yangzhou field testing project and we have Shanghai field test project, where we compare it two modules, one with a regular frame and one with anti-dust frame. So for the anti-dust frame, we observed that the module is generating 3.5% more power per watt than the regular frame. Also for Shanghai field testing project, where the testing was done by TUVNO, also we observed that GA anti-dust module generate 4.2% more power per watt. So now let's discuss about the cell technology from GA. So we are reaching 26%. On reality, we are reaching more than that, but we have a conservative vision. So this is why we are declining 26%. And the front side and the back side of the cell have super multi-busbar. So the number of busbar for the top cone cell is 16 busbar instead of 11 busbar for the PEG technology. So as we can see, this is a summarize of what I have discussed. So here for the newest GA module, we are adapting regular rectangular wafer with 182 by 199 millimeter. We will see the advantage of this technology later. And we are adapting also the super multi-busbar with more than 16 busbar per cell. High density encapsulation. For the high density encapsulation, we have the spacing between cell is 0.7 to 0.8 millimeters instead of 1.5 millimeter for the PEG technology with the MB technology. So this is why it's named high density encapsulation technology. So now let's see what's the power of GA and what's the strength of GA. Here we can see that we have the main cell size where it's 182 by 199 millimeters. So as you know, we are adapting half cut cell. So when cutting the cell in the middle, we will have two equal sides. So adapting 72 cell with this kind of cell, we are reaching 640 watt, and also adapting 66. Just a moment, let me move. Yeah, adapting 66 cell, we will have 595. We are reaching 595 watt. But in another side, when cutting the cell, but not in the middle, this is named asymmetric cell. When cutting the cell, but not in the middle, so we will have one side bigger than the other side. When using the bigger side, so we are reaching a cell size with 182 by 210 millimeters. So when using 66 cell for this module, we are reaching 620 watt. As you can see, the difference here. Here we are adapting 66 cell, but we are reaching 595. But here with 66 cell, we are reaching 620. Now let's move to the last option, where we are using the smallest side of the cell, where the cell size will be 182 by 188. So when using 72 cell in this module, we are reaching 605 watt. So look the difference between this and this. So with the 72 cell here, we are reaching more power than here because the cell size is different. And also when using 54 cell, we are reaching 455 watt. So as you can see, as a conclusion from this slide, we are using one main cell. But with one main cell, we are developing and producing 5 kind of module with 5 different power. So this will increase the availability of our product in the market because all the cell factory and ingot and wafer will produce only one main cell. So this will increase the availability of our product in the market and also reduce the cost of production and optimize the cost of production. So let's
if I can jump in at this point, if you don't mind, because obviously I think that is very interesting innovation that you guys are developing inside. And unfortunately, like I say, I wouldn't want obviously to run out of time. But what I'm suggesting to you if we could take maybe the next 5 minutes so that you can maybe show a couple of additional innovation, and we can actually drop that at the end. If there is some additional time and people want to stay on, no problem, and we can go there and explore more. And I could see as well that there were people in the chat asking whether we're going to make this available. So obviously I'll have a word with Yahi, and if Yahi is happy with that, we can definitely make that available. And I also promise to the people, if they really great interest, we're gonna go do a follow up on this webinar where we can cover the other bit that we didn't do. So if that's okay, but let me just give you a couple of minutes maybe to go through another maybe key innovation that you want to show, and then we can move on. If that's okay with you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Tony. So now let's discuss about the reliability of GA products. Here we can see the excellent resistance to low temperature mechanical load and UV, and also the strong wind. As you can see here from this slide, here we are adapting -40 degree with static mechanical load and dynamic mechanical load. For this case, with static mechanical load, we are reaching 5,400 Pascal from the front side and 2,400 Pascal from the rear side. But here, the power losses is only 0.65%. So moving to the dynamic mechanical load at -40 degree, as you can see, the power losses is only 0.48%. UV, for the UV, so we are testing our module with 120 kilowatt hour per square meter. So the losses is only 0.33%. And in some cases, also the wind tunnel, so with 60 meter per second, also the module can resist to 60 meter per second as wind speed. Also, the losses of the power is only 0.35%. So as I have to highlight that the standard is precising that the losses should not exceed 5%. But as you can see here, so we are far from the limitation of the standard. So the second point is regarding the fire class or the fire resistance of the module. Since there's a lot of projects in Africa moving to CNI rooftop application and carport application, where the fire class of the module is very important. So the fire class of the module, of GA module for the spread of flame test is class A. And for the ignition of the brand, also we have class A also, which is not available for most of our competitors. So now we are comparing here in this slide the difference or the advantage of the N-type technology compared to the P-type technology. So we have two kinds of case. In the first case, we are adapting dry and hot climate, where we can see that the N-type module is generating about 4% more power per watt than the P-type module. And in the second case, we are adapting hot and humid climates. So we can see that also the N-type is developing 3.5% more power per watt than the P-type, which is the biggest advantage of the N-type. So now discussing about the certification, which is also an important point. So all GA products have all the existing certificating. So let's say the salt mist corrosion testing, the ammonia corrosion, the dust and sand, and snow load testing. So whatever you are requiring, you will find that the certificate is available also for your application. So now I'm moving from the BSS, or I'm moving from the PV module to our new technology also, new solution, which is the BSS solution, where we have we are developing three kinds of solution for different application. We have the blue galaxy for utility scale. We have the blue plant also for the CNI application. And we have also the blue star for residential application. As you can see here, I'm presenting the two systems. This one is the CNI application. It's oriented for CNI application, where it's adapted for grid-connected system and off-grid system. And we have also the second system, which is the utility scale solution, where we have two kinds of containers battery, one with 4.6 megawatt hour and the second with 5.3 megawatt hour. Also for residential application, we have the single phase all-in-one system. It's hybrid inverter, and we have also the three phases all-in-one system, and it's come with 10,000 cycle for both of them, and warranty is 10 years. Sorry for that. Here I'm presenting, in the last slide, I'm presenting some project reference with BSS system battery, where we have 60 megawatt project with 120 megawatt hour. Sorry. With utility scale solution, we have also 5 megawatt with 10 megawatt hour also, with a voltage of 10 kilovolt. And we have also another project with 0.7 megawatt hour, 1.4 megawatt hour with a voltage level of 400 volt. Arriving to the last slide, thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Yahi. So I think definitely lots of knowledge and insight that you've shared here. It definitely showcase the journey that you have had as JSO as a company, and probably explain why obviously at the moment you're topping the market in terms of solar PV across the continent. So obviously we're running a little bit behind schedule, but we're going to do our best just to still finish on time, for people attending. So thank you for still being with us. So we should have another 45-minute maximum, I can promise you. And after that, we'll be able to carry on with our day. But please stay with us, like I said, because there's a lot more that we want to find out. I'm just going to move and maybe welcome Henry into the stage here. So Henry, if you can maybe showcase your video here. So obviously, here extensively showcase the number of technology that you guys are developing, specifically remember that obviously you guys want to use gallium, but not like what the other guys are doing. So that's interesting. So Henry, so from your experience of sales, across West Africa, so what trends are you seeing in the adoption of new technology, and how these innovations are actually influencing the demand for solar in the region? Or maybe before you respond, so let me allow you as well maybe to take 20 seconds to share with people who you are really, and maybe respond to the question. And if you want me to repeat, no problem, I can repeat.
Okay, just a quick, I would say, reintroduction again. So I've been with JA Solar for approximately 3 years. I've been a sales manager, so covering mostly the West African region, and then more predominantly focused on the Nigerian market, because it seems to be a very huge market within the region. And then prior to that, I've been in the industry prior to JA for an additional 4 years. I've played several roles, project management. That is basically, I've seen these projects myself being deployed, project implementation, project management, designs, and all sorts. So back to your question, which I think was centered around, I would say, the technology improvements that we're seeing, and then how it is affecting, I would say, the end users or the project, the EPCs who are implementing some of these projects. The quickest one that comes to mind is, so when I joined JA, which was 3 years ago, the cost per watt, which is usually the pricing formula for solar modules, when I joined, was close to around 30 cents per watt. That is maybe delivered to whichever location within the West African region. But then we're currently seeing that price almost dropping by about, I think about 60% or 70% to the current price we currently have in the market. So that has shown, like, I would say, a drastic reduction when it comes to pricing for solar modules. And it's not just coming with a price, I would say, price reduction. It's coming with improved, just like Yahi had just finished presenting. You can see consistent development in terms of technology over the last 3 years. You understand? We've seen ourselves move from predominantly P-type production, I would say solar module manufacturer, to a predominantly now focused on N-type, which has better, I would say, both cell efficiency and both and module efficiency. So you can see the improvement when it comes to the efficiency, and then you can also see the reduction in cost in terms of the overall cost. And then I think one key thing to also mention is solar module, I think, is around about 50 to 60% of your entire cost when it comes to the balance of systems for every solar project, excluding the ones that would have storage. It takes about 50 to 60%. So if you're having that kind of drop in terms of price over the last 3 years, you would definitely see those effects in terms of the project. So one of the things I've noticed is that you see a lot of projects that have been waiting for implementation, stalling, and all of that. We saw a lot of flux within the last 1 year in terms of project closeouts, procurement, and all of that, which is why as of last year, JA were able to do the numbers we were able to do in the African region. Yeah.
Excellent. That is brilliant. And just talking about implementing big project, as you was saying, I just want to say to people that in fact the image that I'm rocking in the background is one of a project where JSR has provided the module. I think that's in the 10 megawatts, I think Toshka in Egypt. So definitely I could see it. I don't know what technology was there. Maybe he will tell me. So, but that's an example of I would say undertaking that you've been doing. So Ruth, I'm just gonna move to you because he has insisted a lot on CNI, importance of CNI, which is a growing sector in Africa. We all know that, yeah. And I understand that you're looking specifically into the CNI market in Nigeria and then extensively then in West Africa. So how do you see those innovations in solar technology impacting the CNI sector? So in the continent and especially West Africa. And our business, would you say, more inclined to adopt these technologies? What are the key drivers there? Because I'm sure there's some people involved into CNI in the room. So they may be keen to listen to what you have to say there.
Yes, thank you so much, Tony. Very much true. It's positively impacting on the CNI space. As he said, we have such tailored solutions for that. We can see this majorly in three broad forms. First, we can see that it has quite increased energy access in the region. Now you have even off-takers even extending towards communities. You have them in such CSR solutions. So yes, increased impact in the region. We can find that so many people now have access to power, especially in localized regions. In Nigeria, you can have a case in point of the DES project. We have many mini-grid projects coming up and several to roll out in 2025, as well as utility scale. Now for Nigeria, the focus is not just centered on one point use of power, but clusterized solutions where we have a clustered industrialized region have power being fed in. So it's an interesting conversation because we know as starting from Q1 2025, NEC is already on top of several solar installers and companies to have that being rolled out. So that's one. Like my colleague Henry also mentioned, cost reduction is quite significant in the coming years. And of course, promising with also improved technologies as well. And now we also have productive use of power, which is also an interesting thing. So now we're not just deploying, but we are using such powers in integrated sectors such as agriculture. We're finding several means where we can improve such use of power. And going forward, one of the key drivers we've seen is that financial modeling. Of course, we could sit and say there are several limitations to having such power in the CNI and in the utility scale, especially in the Nigeria market. But now we see that even from foreign investors, quite keen, their appetite is quite risen. So many foreign investors are interested in the market, speaking specifically in the Nigeria market. So we can see that, like I said earlier, such adoptions and introduction of projects coming quarters, and also government initiative, like I mentioned, NEC is fully much involved. So definitely, this is one key collaboration we'll be seeing. And then, of course, another thing lastly is private-public partnerships. So there's so much collaboration going on currently. Under the scenes, you see several government discos are partnering with solar companies, even foreign investors. Some of these conversations I'm quite engaged in, and these are geared towards having, like I said, clusterized solutions for the CNI markets and for industrialization in Nigeria. Pretty much, this is much of the improvement that's been happening so far, and hopefully by 2025, we'll see lots of projects rolling out.
Whoa, we're here to see 2025 is not far, right? Just around the corner.
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much for that, for your input, Ruth. So I think I know there's a few questions for Yahi here. What we're gonna do when we open up the Q&A audience, so I'm just gonna give the chance to Yahi maybe to respond to the first couple of questions addressed to him. But there's one thing I could see here. Somebody was asking, in the comment, does JA Solar have an assembly plant in Nigeria? I would like to know. I can't really see the name. So I think I'm sure you guys would jump on that, but that may be the chance for me to welcome, I think, Mr. Mohammed Modibo, who is actually can give us some information around, because I believe as well that he worked closely with you guys, and I want to find out somebody on the ground. So deploying solar panel on the ground to engage with both CNI sector, utility sector, all of that. Just to find out how he's finding the business. So, Mr. Mohammed, can you hear me? If yes, can you come on the screen so I can see you? Oh, excellent, brilliant, excellent. So I can see you here. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me clearly, please?
I can hear you very well. I can hear you very well. Can you please introduce yourself, if you don't mind, in a few seconds? So we give you a chance to maybe have a little bit of a sip. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Like you mentioned, my name is Mohammed Modibo, the CEO of Trace Energy Solutions Limited, based in Abuja.
Okay.
So yeah, we're based in Abuja, and thank you for having me in this webinar. Thank you.
Excellent. So I just wanted to ask you a question. So obviously, so in the sector, what is that you really deploying in the sector, and why were you particularly interested to maybe partner with one of the top manufacturers? So what was your rationale behind it? Because I just want to, and so because somebody's asking if there is an assembly plant. I don't think yet there's an assembly plant, but I know JSR is working with people like yourself. But I want to understand what motivates you to actually make that step.
Okay, thank you very much, Tony. So first of all, Trace Energy Solutions is an renewable energy company that provides wide range of energy solutions. We have two major line of businesses. Number one being energy solutions in terms of the design, installations for residential, CNI, and mini-grid solutions for underserved and unserved communities. And also we do some other projects relating to solar street light and other things relating to energy solutions. And the second aspect of our business is trading of renewable energy products, with majorly JA Solar products. The reason why we choose JA Solar is because our company is actually aiming for excellence, and we don't take anything less of, an excellent products in our own, line of business. So we started working, partnering with JA Solar some years back, a few years back, let's say between 2.5 years, 2.5 years back, starting in Abuja with few, a lot of consignments. And from there, the business was just moving on because JA Solar is one of the products that everybody wants to have. And sometimes we just mention that the product market itself, because anybody that uses the product would like to come back to you. So sometimes you don't need to do excessive marketing. For those that know it, once they use it, they will come back to you. So from there, we had to, because we have a lot of demands from other regions of the country, especially around the Northwest, Northeast, and even Niger Republic sometimes. So we had to move in to open a new site, a new location in Kano State. So we have a big warehouse where we can accommodate a lot of, more than 20 containers in Kano. So we have also 2 warehouses in Abuja. So we are now currently serving a lot of, customers within the Northwest, Northeast, and North Central of Nigeria. And also, we are also opening a new also distribution segment in Adamawa State, and probably in the next 1 year in Maiduguri, because there's a lot of demand around those aspects because they don't really have enough power supply. Yeah.
Excellent.
So yeah, actually, and people, we have positive feedback from people that are using the solar program. That's one is for sure. And on the BSS aspect, we intend to commence bringing. We're discussing on our order now for the first consignment of BSS into the country, and we're hoping by the end of this year we'll have our first consignment in Nigeria, and we'll be happy to distribute to the Nigerian market as well. And on the CNI side segments, we are working closely with JS Solar. We're following up with some of our clients on the CNI side. Recently, we just applied 3.6 megawatts to one of our CNI customers, and we're also discussing again on additional orders for a couple of CNI because that's where the really volume speaks. So we're really trying to push more on the CNI side. And regarding the mini grid solutions, because like I said, we're also mini grid developers. So we hope that next year we should be able to deploy at least one of our sites. We're going to launch JS Solar CNI BSS solution in one of our mini grid solutions projects. Thank you.
Excellent, brilliant. I think I just have one last question, and then before you say that, there was somebody in the comment. I think it was Tammy was saying that I love using JL product, and I think she's in America. So it shows definitely that you are definitely a global company with lots of customers that seems to be happy. One last key question for you. So was it actually difficult, challenging to establish this partnership with JL Solar, or was it actually quite straightforward for you to do? Yeah. Because I think there may be some other people, the reason I'm saying, I need to explain. There may be some other people thinking, okay, so we may be keen to see, because we are maybe in another part of a country, in Nigeria or maybe West Africa, they are keen to maybe establish such a partnership like what Mr. Mohammed Modibo has done, but they don't know whether they're big enough or to approach such a huge company like JS Solar. That's why I wanted to, very quickly, before we move on,
So let me just mention, myself, I've never been to China before. So just to let you know, I've never been to China. So honestly, the JS Solar team have been very, very supportive. I want to especially acknowledge Mr. Harry Ejimon for his professionalism, for his support. He really supported Fresh Energy to getting to where we are right now. So Mr. Harry, big thank you to you for your support, unconditional support. I'm a kind of person that, when I have an issue, I want to call at, midnight at any time, weekend. I don't have weekend, so I'll call Ms. Harry, and Ms. Harry will respond immediately. He will pick up my call at any time and provide me with all the necessary support. So actually, those supports that really push the relationship, that push the partnership. So yeah, the team of JS Solar, they have the right team on ground to support the people who really want to partner with JS Solar. So I think this is not an issue. It's just about contacting the team, and they will give you all the necessary support. Yeah.
Excellent. So that means if people are wondering, do they have people locally? Can we reach out to them? How supportive are they? Clearly, you just provided the answer here. And I believe, Mr. Henry, so I think from today, I'm afraid your phone won't stop ringing, right? So you want to be ready for that. So thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. That was a pleasure.
And also the rest of the team, actually, even the ones in China, CC, Roots, she's also on the ground. I mean, they're very responsive. So, so I must commend them for that, actually. Yeah, I just want to, hope that they'll keep on to that attitude.
Excellent. I think that is that is great to hear. We are we're very grateful to see that. I think it's a good chance for me to say that obviously you all know that there is an event around the corner next week. So the Nigeria Energy Week, and I think JA Solar would be obviously exhibiting there just to see to people. Don't hesitate to visit the team. So what is the booth number, Ruth? If there is you must have booth number, isn't it? You're on mute if you're speaking. Let me see.
Okay, Harry, you want to take that?
No, so I
Yeah,
wanted to
okay,
say
Henry,
between
anybody?
now
Yeah.
between now and the end of the webinar, would
Yes.
definitely drop that in the comment section as well.
Yes.
But Tony, can I take like 5 seconds to answer and like just put some comments on the last question someone asked regarding assembly plant? So yeah, we currently do not have an assembly plant in Nigeria, but one of the things GSOLA have done in the last 3 years. So there's a government entity called NASENI. Anyone, we can check it out. So it's one of the major government agencies that does assemble solar modules in Nigeria. So what JE has done is we have consistently supplied them solar cells.
Okay.
So basically all their modules that they produce locally or assemble locally with JA solar cells. So I just wanted to point that out.
That's brilliant. I think it's and I'm glad that you did that because obviously it helped to respond properly to this question. So clearly, guys, so the team is there. So feel free to engage with them. I'll be there, me personally. So you will see me in JA Solar booth from time to time. And I also want to say that that's a chance for me to say for people that will be attending this event. So what we're doing as well, we're having an exclusive, solar cocktail event that we'll be organizing on the October the 16th in the evening, I think from 5 p.m. all the way to 9 p.m. And that's an exclusive event. So let me just first of all say that. So not everybody will be admitted. So I apologize in advance on behalf of the team. But obviously, as I'm sure you would appreciate that the number of people that have, let's say, a number of businesses they want to discuss with JSOR, which is a big company. And then, yeah, probably the priority will be given to them. So my colleague Brian will be dropping the link. So in the comment there is an exclusive event. Please do register your interest because what we want to do for all the people that register, even if we can't obviously have you at the event, maybe because you're not in Nigeria or we feel like we may not have enough space because space is limited for you. What we could do, well, I could see with the team, we could see how we can have some virtual meeting where you can still talk to them, still engage with them, and ask any question that you have. There isn't any small project here. Your project is, I don't know, 5 kilowatt all the way to 10 megawatt. Please do engage. The team will discuss with you. They will point you to the right direction, maybe to Mr. Mohammed, where you can go and find some panel or some other people. Please do engage. So, like I say, do register your interest, even if you can't come to the event in person. We find a way to engage with you. So, as a thank you gesture, and also if you register, you'll be happy to know that what we've included in the thank you note, we have the JA brochure, product brochure that you're gonna get as well. So it gives you an even better understanding of what the product is all about. So that is what I wanted to say. But I want to thank everybody who will participate so far. So we're coming close to the end soon. We still have another 15, 20 minutes or so. So this is the time where I want to open up the floor to the audience. Yeah, there's still close to 50 of us, all of us here. So I want to open up the floor to the audience, people that have questions. So please feel free to ask them. Hopefully you've already asked questions. So I think I'd be quite keen if people want to ask a question in person. So put up your camera, so raise your hand, and we're going to identify you and we'll come to you. So if you rather just us reading the question, we can do that as well. But I think I will imagine there's some people that are courageous enough to raise their hand and just ask the question. So Brian, so let me just refer back to you to see if you have identified any question that we may have. Brian?
Yeah, yes, Tony. Currently, what I can just see here is people introducing themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I've not spotted any question as for now yet.
Okay, so any questions so far? Anybody want to ask? Raise your hand. We can come to you, and then we can take the question. Otherwise, I have one question. So what I'm going to do, obviously, why people are actually making up their mind as question. So I have a question for you, Yahi, right? And I know you could share some technology the company it's working on. And how would you say these advancements are improving efficiency and reducing the costs of large-scale solar projects? I think there was a question. Remember, high cost was one of the issues people were seeing in the sector. So how is the company JA Solar is addressing that through the technology, that advancement that you guys have? Yeah.
Thank you, Tony, for the good question. So it's and let me take a little bit time to answer it. So regarding the PV module industry has experienced a significant advancement in recent years, driving down the cost and increasing the efficiency. So if we compare, for example, the efficiency between the PERC and the TOPCon, and in the future, the AGT and the XBC, so we are moving around 2% as efficiency, starting from comparing the PERC to the TOPCon. So moving from the PERC to the TOPCon, we are moving the efficiency up to 2%, and the cost, I think the cost has to be approved by our sales team, but I think the cost is there is no big difference between the TOPCon and the PERC technology. Either you have great performance regarding the PERC technology. The second point is maybe is due to the improving of manufacturing process. So the advances like automated manufacturing and precision engineering reduces the production cost. Also techniques like laser cutting and improved also the wafer thickness and have minimized the material waste and the cost, which is also a very important point, and it was highlighted in my presentation regarding the main cell and how we cut it, etc., to have different module with different power. Also, I would like to highlight the using the same main cell size can increase the availability of the product, and which optimize also and reduce the production cost. Also, I have highlighted this point during my presentation. So now we are moving that we are noticing that almost the older or almost the biggest projects are moving to the bifacial module, where the bifacial module have become increasingly popular, especially in utility scale projects. So the benefit of using bifacial module compared to the monofacial module is that you will have higher energy generation, particularly in the area where the albedo is good. So the second point, or the last point I want to highlight regarding the advancement and increasing the efficiency, is using the tracker system for utility scale projects. So tracking systems are becoming also more common, especially for the large scales project, where it allows to increase the energy production, especially in the area where the sunlight is varying. Where the sunlight is varying also. Okay. So I think this is all the point I can highlight for this regarding this question.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that. I think just as I ask you the question, I think finally people open up. I could see a question from Chidi. So Chidi, I think you were there a minute ago, but I can't see anymore. But let me still respond to Chidi questions. So he wanted to know. Brian, would it be possible to read? Chidi's back. Okay, let me just unmute him and see if he can ask the question himself. Chidi, I'm unmuting you. So let me know if you could see that, and because I'd like you to ask your question. Can you hear me, Chidi?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Can you hear me too?
Yes. Can you ask your question if you don't mind, please?
Yes, I can. Yeah, good afternoon. I wanted to know the maximum JA panel that could be connected either in series or in parallel. The maximum panel that could be connected either in series or in parallel, either in voltage or in current or in their capacity for it to work efficiently.
Okay. So hopefully, team, you're able to understand that. So maximum number of panels that could be connected, series or parallel, to achieve the best efficiency. So what would you say? Anybody can jump.
Yeah, I'll take these questions because it's related to technical aspects. So connecting the module in series will mainly related to the input voltage of the inverter or of the converter you are using, and also the VOC of the module. So if the VOC is lower as much as possible, then in this case you can connect as much as possible
Beyond that,
PV module.
yes.
Yeah, exactly. So if we take, for example, the PV module, which I have presented with 66D45, we can see that the VOC is around 48. Yeah, it's around 48 volts, where you can connect 29 module per string. And also there is another parameter we have to take in consideration. It's related to the temperature. What's the minimum temperature for your site? If you are reaching -10 or let's say 15, or you are reaching 5 degrees, so it's different. So it depends on your design and your sizing. So as response to this question, it will be case per case.
Okay, excellent. Let me just move to Mamonsi. So Mamonsi, if you could hear me, so let me just unmute you, and then hopefully you could see that, and I would like you to ask a question. So Mamonsi Kolobe, can you see that? If not, we're gonna move to somebody else. Mamonsi? Okay, let me just read your question though. I think if you can't speak for whatever reason. So what does it take to partner with us, with you as a small startup? So that was the question. So Henry or maybe Ruth can respond to that. Henry, okay, and I know Colin as well raised his hand, and Colin and Victor as well. So Henry, you want to? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
Come again with the question.
Yeah. So what would it?
Okay.
You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah. What would it take to partner with you as a small startup? That was a question. And after that, we have 2 questions, and we're probably gonna have to wrap up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So pretty much whatever you have. We at JA Solar do not want to have a standard to things, right? Collaboration is very much tailored to you as an individual. So best is I could share my details, you reach out, and we consider it on a case-by-case basis, and as where you are to build up. Like our partner said, Tres Energy, Mr. Mohammed, he started basically from where he was and grew to the level he is today. I mean, he orders in containers, right? It didn't start that way. So we believe so much in humble beginnings. Whatever you feel you can start with, we're going to starting with you on that level. So you reach out to us and we discuss.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Let me take Victor. So Adetunji, if he's listening, and after that, I'll take Colin. So Victor, can you hear me? Oh, Victor disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can hear you. Thank you.
Excellent. Go on, Victor.
How's it going?
I'm very good. Do you have your camera on? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have camera on, that's fine. We can move like that. But if your camera on, it's good to see.
Yeah. The place I am, I can't do that for now.
No problem. I understand. So go ahead with the question, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Ruth. Ruth is a mentor. I've been trying to reach out to her. She's doing fine. She's doing great.
Okay.
JA Solar, I had some good recommendations from other companies also. In fact, not even in Nigeria, from a friend in Dubai that recommended JA Solar to me. So they're doing fine. So the question is just that do you guys have low voltage batteries and inverters? So that's what I want to ask, because in that presentation, what I can see there is C&I products. I don't know if you guys have low voltage inverters and low voltage batteries. Thank you.
Yeah, he could take this. Actually, we do.
Yeah, he could take this. Yeah, we have BSO system as presented, but for low voltage, as referring to your question, so may you give us more detail about your application, and we will we will select the system which can fit your application well. So can you send us an email with all the data of your application, and we will advise you.
Excellent. This is brilliant. So let me just now ask to Colin to unmute himself. I'm just going to lower your hand and ask you to unmute, Colin. So hopefully you were able to see that, Colin. Colin, can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me.
I can hear you now. Thanks, guys.
Nice.
Thanks, Danny. I want to ask, have you guys used your solar panels with the Jurgen Technologies PEG system yet? Ground mount system?
Come again, please.
Do you have any installations of your solar panels on the Jurgen Technologies PEG ground mount system?
Yeah. So we have. I have received some requests regarding the using of PEG technology from Jurgen. This is a German company developing a mounting structure system. So we have reviewed that request and approved it, but with some limitation regarding the mechanical load, because the mounting system for the PEG technology from Jurgen is adapting the corner of the module. So you can send us the data about your application, and we will analyze it and review it and give you feedback about it.
I think, Jay, you guys have reviewed it already on another product. I'm just guessing if there's none in Africa yet, okay?
I think there is a ongoing project where we have approved two of them, two requests regarding the PEG technology.
Yeah, I know. Jenny works with most solar panels. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Excellent. I think we need to think about wrapping up now, but I could see that Ruth and Henry now have access about the information about the booth. Maybe Henry, you want to communicate that, because I could see you were responding in a comment, so people know where to find you. People that are coming to see you. Is Henry around, or Ruth? Yeah, the booth at the event.
Okay. Harry, I'd actually pasted it on the comment section.
Yes, yeah, gone, yeah. Okay, yeah. So can you read it if you don't mind? Yeah, it's I could see it's, yeah.
3B10.
Okay.
3B10.
Okay. 3B10. Okay, that's fine. So hopefully we'll be able to find your way. But like I say, people really feeling lost, feel free as well to reach out to me. I can see if I can escort you in person to the JS Solar booth. So just to say, the gentleman asking about the the partnership, small startup, it was actually in Lesotho. So okay, that's good to know.
Yes, I've sent.
Great. And I could see as well, people were asking for your email address. No problem, Ruth. So you share that. Excellent. Is that one burning question that we have? Otherwise, obviously, we have to start moving to the close. I know that's a great conversation we've had so far, but as you know, so every great conversation need to have an end. And obviously, we always making a great pleasure at Renewables in Africa to respect your time, because you're giving us some of your time in here. We do not want to abuse it. So yeah, so if there is no question which I could see, so we now obviously gonna move in into the end. But what I want to do before, so ladies and gentlemen, so I want to thank you. Let me just see this question here. Yeah, so some people just sharing the detail. Yeah, feel free to share detail. That's also meant for that networking. Absolutely. Talking about networking, don't forget about our exclusive solar cocktail events. So on the 16th of October. Yeah, so definitely look at the link that my colleague Brian has put over there. Just register your interest if you can attend. And as I say, if you can't attend for whatever reason, so obviously do register your interest, and we could see how we can get you to speak either to Yahi, to Henry, or Ruth, if you have as well a question that you wanna talk about. So if you want to partner, like I said, they're very much open for business. So that's the whole point about it. So what I'm gonna do right now, so I'm just gonna run a very quick, and the presentation will be shared with you. I want to run with you a quick exit survey poll, because it's important for us to gather to gather your feedback, just to see how well or not we are doing. So, and it's just a quick question for you. So asking you, so what is the assessment of the content that we covered today about the solar innovation? I know there's a lot of things that we didn't touch on because I must admit, time is short, right? So if we wanted to look at all the kind of innovation we see into the industry, probably here for days, not hours. So tell us about that. So what you saying? Something, Ruth? Yeah. Okay.
No.
That's fine. Good. So obviously we like to find out, so was the format good, not good? Where can we improve? I could see, for example, somebody was saying average, great, not a problem. We take every feedback. So feel free to send me a detailed email explaining to me what is that you didn't like. Yeah. And we could see what we could do, because we value every feedback, certainly your time. And overall, we want to know, so what's the assessment of the event? Was it good, not good? Was it meeting your expectations? So let us know. So that'd be good. I could see a number of people have already participated. This is fantastic. So please, I'm just going to leave it for another 20, 30 seconds to gather as many feedback as possible. And as I say, guys, this is also not only for us as renewables in Africa, but also for people like Jay, so that we're working with, so that they could see as well how we can all improve and make sure that we provide value, because you're giving us your time and we want to make sure that in exchange we give you value. So that's actually what the exchange it's all about. So it looks like the survey has stabilized. So I'm just gonna cut it close. We have 19 responses. That's fine. That's we take it. That's good. So thank you for all the people that made the effort to respond. If you'd rather just send me an email directly, please do so, and I'll be happy to do that. I'm just going to end the poll right now. And as usual, as well, out of transparency, so sharing results. So we could see, so we have a good number of you. So yeah, we actually found it, I think, close to 90%. Good or very good. So I mean, we're on the right track. That's good to know. So I believe my thanks to the team in here, to the JS Solar team here, that obviously worked quite hard on the content. So as I say, in general as well, people like the format. That's great. So there is an average there. Absolutely, we can work with you and to improve it. And in general, you find it good or very good. Thank you very much, guys. That's all I wanted to see for today. So that is great. So I think I'm just coming to the end. I just want to find out. Let me just start by Henry. Is there anyone very quick final word that you want to leave the audience with? Then I'm gonna go to Yahi and then Ruth, just to wrap it up here. Any final word, Henry? If Henry's around. Is Henry around? Yeah, Henry's around, yeah. Henry, can you hear me? If not, while Henry is gathering his thoughts, so maybe Yahi, a very quick word for the people attending. Final
thank
word.
you so much. Thank you so much for attending this webinar, and hope to see you next time soon in Nigeria energy event. So I am inviting you to visit our booth, the 3B10. So see you there. Bye.
Excellent. So Ruth, you want to go ahead?
Yes, thank you so much, Tony, for organizing this. Thanks everyone who participated. It was fun, it was interesting. Hopefully we'll see once again next week at our booths at the Nigerian Energy event to collaborate more. Looking forward to your inquiries as well. I've shared my email. Thank you so much.
Excellent. So Henry, have you gathered your thought?
Yes, I have. Yeah, so thank you so much, Tony, for organizing this. It's been a pleasure, and thank you for everyone for attending. Quick word would be around one thing you can be sure of is GA is going to consistently I would say put out products that are I would say trying to meet the demands that are in the market in terms of efficiency, in terms of cost, in terms of all the key factors that affect any project. So you can be rest assured.
Excellent. So last but not the least, I want to thank as well Mr. Mohamed Modibo, who was our guest speaker here, to give us some information about what it's like to be a local partner in Nigeria working with JS Solar, showing people that it's definitely possible to get it done. and you prompted already somebody in Lesotho who wanted to do the same. That's great. So I want to thank you in person, because I know we reached out to you quite late, right? But you still made time to come today. We really, really value that. So as you have all seen today, so solar innovation is not just a buzzword, right? It is the key to really unlock the potential of renewables energy, from improving efficiency to reducing costs, ensure that solar becomes here a sustainable but also accessible solution for all, right? And this is just the beginning. And I definitely want to invite you to continue the conversation by visiting the JA Solar booth, and I think it's a 3B10. That's what I read at the Nigeria Energy Week. So I'll be there as well. So hopefully I'll see some of you. You'll be able to explore, the latest technology firsthand. And for some of you also in Nigeria, so don't hesitate to express your interest for our exclusive solar cocktail events on October 16. And then we see you there from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's going to be at the Radisson Blu Anchorage Hotel. So it'll be a fantastic opportunity to network with industry leaders, gain deeper insight into how this innovation can transform your project and business. So yeah, so thank you very much for your time and participation. So we really look forward to connecting with you further for many other topics that we're going to have. So I'm just going to end up by showing up as last slide, which is obviously to thank you all here. So if you have any question, you can reach out to me. Yeah. And then don't forget the cocktail event. And I'm just going to end in here and probably as well end with the music. So thank you very much, everybody. So it was a pleasure to have you all. Yeah.